Stop it, and come back to another video, guys. Today's video, I'm gonna be reacting to your life as every rank on the FBI most wanted. If you guys are new to the channel, please hit the subscribe, comment down below what you want to see next. Hope you guys will enjoy the PS video and enjoy the next video. Hope you guys having a fantastic day, and please go check out Strange, Lonely, Iconic guys, something like that. Yeah, without any further ado, make sure to go grab your snacks. If I am watching, like, okay,
Level 1, the poster. You're not on the most wanted list yet. You're on a poster at the post office that nobody reads. Bank robbery in a small town, caught on 3 different cameras, face clear as day. You wore a hoodie but forgot about the angle from the teller's station. Amateur hour. The FBI opens a case because it's a federal crime, but you're just a number in the system. One agent gets assigned, part-time, along with 40 other cases he's juggling. He'll check the databases, run your photo through facial recognition, send some emails to local police departments. Then, he'll move on to something more pressing. You've got maybe 3 weeks before anyone seriously looks for you. Most bank robbers...
I'm telling you, 3 weeks is enough for me to skip town, bruh. With the money I rob from the bank, let's say I rob like 100K. I got 100K. 100K is enough for me to fucking leave, like, the state. It's enough for me to leave the state and go. If they're giving me 3 weeks to leave, bro, like 3 weeks. If you know the cops are not looking for you for like 3 weeks, just fucking leave. Don't fucking risk it and say, hey, no, fucking leave, bro. You don't want to end your ass up in a Ray William Johnson video. Like, fucking leave, bro. Cause you don't know how the
niggas get caught because they tell someone, a girlfriend, a drinking buddy, some guy they met at a bar who seemed cool.
Never tell, bruh. If you fucking rob a bank, never tell no one. Keep that shit on the hush. Keep the motherfucker on the hush and fucking leave, gang. Cause you never know who
you stay quiet.
I can
you don't
survive,
spend the money
like,
in obvious ways. You don't suddenly buy a new car or take a trip to Vegas. The cash sits in a storage unit while you work your regular job and pretend nothing happened.
Oh my god. Okay, the cash sits in the storage unit, then someone decides to buy the fucking storage unit.
6 months pass. Your case goes cold. The agent has newer robberies to worry about. You're still wanted, technically, but you're not wanted actively. There's a difference. You could live like this for years if you're smart. Some people do. Level 2, the regional threat. You hit 3 more banks, different cities.
We're in level 2 now. Before we continue by level 2, can I please go grab something? Okay, we are
same
back.
State,
we are rolling.
Similar method. Now there's a pattern, and patterns get attention. The FBI creates a task force. Small one, just 4 agents, but they're focused entirely on you. They call you the Hoodie Bandit in internal reports because nobody knows your actual name yet. Local news picks up the story. Your photo goes out on social media. Tips start coming in, most of them useless.
Level 1, we all survive in level 1, so level 1 does not count. Level 1 does not count. That doesn't count.
You're in Ohio and Florida and Montana simultaneously, according to witnesses who are absolutely certain.
But
the task force
time for the alphabet.
Through the noise, looking for the one tip. You make your first serious mistake. You use your phone near a bank you're scouting. Checking Google Maps. Nothing illegal. But your phone pings a tower. The FBI doesn't have your number yet, but they have data from every phone that was in that area during your surveillance window. That's 3,000 phones. They'll narrow it down. The list gets shorter every time you scout a location.
Like, bro, one thing about me, right, when I was like young, and sometimes I still think about it, like, I picture the FBI headquarters, something like when the shit that way he was stuttering, like the picture, I'll picture them like every time investigating someone, like they open like something like this, boom, 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 like some Tony Stark shit, right? But apparently, bro,
you don't know this yet.
The FBI.
You think you're being careful. Vary your targets, change your appearance slightly, never hit the same region.
This is the fucking classic disguise, bruh. A hoodie, a blue cap. No, call my bluff. I fucking tell you to call my bluff. Call my flipping bluff now, gang. This is the fucking classic, like a hoodie and shit like that.
But digital exhaust is piling up in databases you can't see. The net is tightening.
That's the thing,
You
bro.
won't feel it until it's already closed. Level 3, the federal
Level 2 ain't that bad, bro. All I have to do is buy pigeons and start stealing shit by pigeons. So level 3 ain't that bad. Level 2 ain't that bad.
You graduate to violent crime. A robbery goes wrong. Security guard pulls a weapon. You pull yours first. He survives barely.
Have you seen John
but
Wick?
now you're not just a thief.
I can write
You're an
the
attempted
future,
murderer.
man.
Everything changes. The task force triples in size. Your case gets a dedicated intelligence analyst
Okay. Can we survive this one though?
who does
Can we
nothing
survive?
but build a profile.
I don't think we can, bro.
Where you
I don't
strike,
think-
when you strike,
I don't think we
the
can.
gaps
Can we
between
survive level
crimes,
3?
the geographic pattern that you think is random but isn't. Humans are terrible at randomness. We create patterns without realizing it. The analyst sees them.
Yo, bro.
Your face
bro.
goes on billboard.
Wait. Give you all of my love. Okay, we are back, right? We are rolling. We are rolling.
Crime Stoppers offers a $25,000 reward. Your photo is on the FBI website now, not the most wanted list yet, but you're climbing. The media gives you a better nickname, something that sounds dangerous. The news runs your story every time.
Damn, who the killer? Bruh, I'm telling you, so far, level 3 level 3 doesn't sound that bad, bro. I can survive level 3. If I can survive level 2 and 1, I can survive level 3 again.
There's a slow
I can
news
survive
day.
level 3.
You become real to people. Not just a face on a poster, but a narrative. A threat in their community. Tips flood in by the hundreds. One of them is your ex-girlfriend who recognized your hands in the surveillance footage. She didn't know
Nah, bro. Nah. Like, actually, no, bro.
it was you at first, but then she saw the way you hold a gun, the stance, and something clicked.
Okay, how in the world does your girlfriend know? Your ex-girlfriend knows that's you by the way you hold the gun. Bro, I can hold my gun like this. I can hold my gun like that. Oh, I can hold my gun like this. What the fuck is that? Oh my god, bro. It's that cool, man. Okay.
The FBI is at her
You get the
door
point.
within hours. Level 4. The manhunt begins. They know where you went to school, who your family
Okay.
is. Agents interview your
We are
parents,
at,
your siblings, or within hours.
Level
4.
3.
The
Level
manhunt
4.
begins. They know
Yeah,
your
bro. Okay, the chance I have gotten way slimmer with the manhunt, bro, because they're not gonna fucking hunt me down, bro.
name
Like,
now.
okay, guys.
They know where
Hunt
you
me
grew
down.
up, where you went to school, who your family is. Agents interview your parents, your siblings, your former.
My mom ain't snitching on me, gang. Nah. Fuck that, bro. My mama ain't snitching on me. My sister ain't gonna snitch on me. The rest I don't know, but my mama and sister ain't gonna snitch on me. Nah, if you can offer them 100 M's, bro,
Co-workers.
they ain't gonna snitch on me.
Everyone you've ever known gets a visit.
Blah, gang.
Some of them cooperate.
We
Some
blah,
of them
we
don't.
tight, we
Your mother
French.
cries and says she doesn't know where you are, which is true. Your brother says nothing and closes the door. The FBI freezes your bank accounts. They monitor your email, your social media, every digital footprint you've left behind. They track down your known associates and put surveillance on them, hoping you'll make contact. You've been smart enough not to so far, but isolation is its own kind of prison. You're sleeping in motels, paying cash, using fake names that won't hold up under real scrutiny, but work fine for a clerk who doesn't care. You're in Missouri, or maybe Arkansas, somewhere in the middle of the country where you can disappear into small towns that don't ask questions. You grow a beard, lose weight from the stress, start to look different from your photos,
Like a lumberjack.
but you're running out of money, and that means you'll need to hit another bank soon. The preparation takes 2 days. You scout a target in a
Bruh, nah, but I'm surviving the manhunt, bruh.
Town so small it doesn't have a traffic light.
I'm surviving the Manhattan.
Population
Low-key, I am
800.
surviving the Manhattan.
One bank,
I'm surviving that
2
shit.
employees.
We all know
The
I'm
kind of
surviving.
place where everyone knows everyone, which makes you visible, but also makes the FBI presence unlikely. They're focused on cities. You're betting on that. The robbery takes 4 minutes. You walk in at opening, mask on, gun out. The teller is 60 years old and shaking so hard she can barely
Oh my God, Sonny! Don't rob me, Sonny!
open the
I'm
door.
cringe, Sonny.
You take $12,000. Not enough to run forever, but
12 bands. 12 bands is a lot of money. But what happened to the fucking 100K
Enough
you
to buy
stole with
time.
first, yeah?
you're back in your car before anyone thinks to call the police. 3
Just
counties
ban,
away
that's a
before
hell
the
of
local
money.
sheriff even gets the description. But something went wrong. The bank had a new security system installed last month. Facial recognition that captured your eyes, your gait.
We are cooked. We are cooked like low. No. Like
The
low key. We are
specific
cooked.
way you
We are
moved through the
cooked.
door.
Yes,
The
us,
footage
me,
uploads
them,
automatically
them,
to a federal
her,
database.
yes.
The match comes back in 17
Yeah.
minutes. The task force knows where you are. Not exactly, but close enough. Within a 100-mile
something.
radius, they mobilize everything.
It's something.
Helicopters, roadblocks, local police departments coordinating across state lines. Your phone,
She said-
the burner you thought was safe, pings a tower outside the town. They triangulate your direction. The radius shrinks to 50 miles, then 20. You don't know any of this is happening. You're driving the
It is
speed
good.
limit on back roads, thinking you got away clean, thinking you bought yourself another month. The first roadblock appears on Highway 63. You see the lights a quarter mile ahead and turn off before they spot you. Your heart rate spikes.
Okay, so for like I'm trying to fix the light, but in the fact that I'm telling you, bro, like I'm surviving level 4.
That wasn't random. They're looking for you specifically. The net is closing. You ditch the car in a grocery store parking lot and walk into the woods. It's January. Temperature in the
Nah, bruh. One place you don't fuck about is the fucking woods, bruh. Have you seen Friday the 13th, my nigga? Nah, bro, you haven't seen Friday the 13th. I'm telling you, you haven't seen
You're
that
wearing a
movie.
jacket meant for autumn, not winter. You have the 12,000 in a backpack,
Bruh,
a
we have
handgun,
to-
a bottle of water. No plan beyond getting distance between yourself and the road.
nah.
The woods are dense.
It's a bit
Oak
better, not
and
too bad, but
pine,
not too dark.
the ground
It's
is
a bit better.
frozen. You move fast
Bro.
at first,
Well, like, you have 12,000 bands, bruh. Just go to
then
somewhere.
realize speed doesn't
Um,
matter if you don't know where you're going. You slow down. Try to think. The next town is 15 miles north. You could make that by nightfall if you push. Find a motel. Figure out the next move. But your feet are already going numb. Level 5, the fugitive. You survive 3 days.
Okay, level 4, we're surviving, but it's giving us problems. It's giving us
in the woods.
shitty problems. But we're
Temperatures drop
surviving.
to single digits
But
at
we're
night.
surviving. But it's
You
giving us
build
shitty
fires
problems.
that you extinguish before dawn. Terrified the smoke will give you away. You ration the granola bars you bought at a gas station, eating half of one per day. The water bottle freezes. You melt
Yeah,
snow in your
it's
hands
glitchy,
and
it's
drink
glitchy,
it,
I'm
knowing
sorry,
it's
that's
dropping
why
your
I'm
core
doing this.
temperature, but having no choice. On the third night, you see lights through the trees. A farmhouse,
it's
isolated.
glitchy.
One vehicle in the driveway.
Okay, it's
You
not
watch
glitchy
for an
anymore. It's a
hour.
bit glitchy, but it's
No
not glitchy.
movement. No signs of life beyond a light in the kitchen. You need warmth. Need food. Need to get out of the cold before hypothermia
I'm
finishes
finished.
what the FBI started. You break in through a basement window. The house is empty. Not abandoned, but the owners are gone. Vacation, maybe. You find canned food in the pantry, blankets in a closet. You stay for 2
Wait, doesn't the house have like some sort of security system or stuff like that, bro?
days,
I'm just-
rationing everything, keeping the
I'm
lights
just asking.
off,
I'm just saying, bro.
trying to become invisible. On the second day, a neighbor drives by slowly, too slowly, looking at the house like something's wrong. You leave immediately, back into the woods, back into the cold. The task force finds your fire pits, tracks in the snow that you tried to cover but couldn't eliminate completely. They bring in dogs,
Nah, but I'm telling you, bro. This is where we are
bloodhounds
cooked,
that
yeah?
pick up your scent and follow it through miles of forest. You
This
hear
is when we
them
are
before
cool,
you
bro.
see them.
Just from robbing a
Baying
bank,
in
gang.
the distance,
A fucking
getting
bank.
closer. You run. Full sprint through undergrowth
You know-
that tears at
One thing about the cops, like if the cops start chasing you, don't fucking run. Stand still, because as soon as you run,
your
you're giving
clothes
that
and
shit up.
skin.
Don't run.
You
Stand
cross a
still.
creek, hoping the water breaks the scent trail. It doesn't. The dogs adjust and keep coming. You're exhausted.
What? Bruh, isn't that you in the bag? Like, look at the bag. Like, bro, that's him, yeah.
Haven't eaten in a day.
Oh,
Your body is
different kind of
shutting
jacket.
down. The helicopter appears overhead. Thermal imaging
Bruh,
spots your heat
I
signature
think we are cooked at level 5,
through the
gang.
canopy. They vector ground units to your location. You have
We
maybe
are
10
cooked at level
minutes.
5. Like,
You
I'm
find a
telling you,
ravine
bruh.
and slide down, injuring your ankle on the descent. The
We are
pain
cooked at
is
level 5, like,
immediate
okay.
and absolute. You can't run anymore. Can barely walk. The dogs arrive first. Then the handlers. Then tactical units with rifles trained on you from positions you can't see. Someone yells commands you can't process through the adrenaline and fear and cold.
Ah,
You
nah,
raise your
bruh.
hands.
We
The
were
gun is
cooked
still
from the
in your
moment they brought the
waistband,
dogs
but
out,
you don't
gang.
reach for it. Some part of you knows that reaching means dying. They tackle you anyway. Face in the frozen dirt. Hands zip-tied behind your back.
I'm telling you,
The
when we
weight of
fucking
3
coke,
officers
bro.
on
We
your
are
body.
coke. Why you nigga be doing
The
this to me,
helicopter
bro?
is deafening now. Rotor wash kicking up leaves and ice. Someone reads you your rights, but you can't hear the words over the noise and your own breathing. You're arrested. You're caught. 15 months of running ends in a ravine in Missouri, with your face
Nah, but we fucking car. I'm telling you, like level 5 was the hardest,
pressed
bro.
into soil that smells like decay. The charges scroll past you in the county jail. Armed robbery times 14, attempted murder, assault with a deadly weapon, fleeing, weapons charges. Each count carries years. Together, they carry decades. Your public defender is 26 and handling 70 cases. She's competent but drowning. She tells you
Nah, but we are coke, bro. Like, you must always get a lawyer with experience,
the
Shane.
evidence is overwhelming. The surveillance footage, the DNA from crime scenes where you left sweat or skin cells, the ballistics matching your weapon to 3 different robberies. The federal prosecutor offers a deal.
We are back! We are back! We are back! We're actually
Plead
back
guilty
now.
to
Let's
8
see.
counts. Accept 40 years. Or go to trial and risk life without parole. You take the
Nah,
deal.
fuck this shit. Bruh, how the fuck am I going to life? How the fuck am I facing life from robbing banks? Ding! Ding, 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 ding. How the fuck am I facing life? Just for robbing banks? Nah, but some shit just fucked up.
The sentencing hearing lasts 20 minutes. The judge reads the charges, asks if you understand. You say yes. He sentences you
fucking
to
understand
40 years
shit.
in federal.
Nah, fuck you, Josh. Fuck that shit. I don't understand shit. How the fuck am I facing a life fucking sentence just for robbing banks, bruh? Okay, hold banks and running away.
No parole.
Attempted murder.
You'll be
gun
71
charges.
when you're released.
I didn't kill no
If
one.
you survive that long, they transfer you to USP Leavenworth 3 weeks later. Maximum security. The bus ride takes 11 hours, shackled to 8 other inmates who don't speak. The prison appears on the horizon like a
The
monument to
wheels in the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. That's what I'm saying, bro.
failure.
I
Concrete
cannot
walls
keep
30
quiet.
feet
I
high.
cannot keep still for a
Guard
very long
towers
time.
at each
I have
corner.
ADHD.
Razor wire catching sunlight in a way that looks almost beautiful from a distance. You're processed, stripped,
cannot keep quiet
searched,
that long, yeah.
issued uniforms that smell like industrial detergent. Assigned a cell that's 8 by 10 feet, a toilet without a seat, a bunk bolted to the wall,
Okay, how the fuck do I shit without a seat again?
a
Am I supposed to put a
cellmate who's
pen in my
been
butt?
inside for 19 years and stopped talking to new arrivals a decade ago. The first year is the hardest. Everything you were before this doesn't matter. Your name becomes a number. Your identity becomes a classification. Medium risk,
Why the fuck am I facing life, bruh?
general population. Cell block D. You learn the rhythms. Count time at 5 a.m. Breakfast at 6. Work detail at 7. The days blend together. Weeks become months, become years. You stop counting after the first 18 months. It doesn't help to count. Some inmates find religion, some find education, some find violence. You find routine. Work in the kitchen, read in the library, exercise in the yard.
This fucking school, wait. The school in prison, do I fucking go to detention? Do I go to the principal's office when I start shit in the classroom? Subscribe if you want me to spend 1 day in prison, bro. 1 day.
Keep your head down. Avoid the gangs, avoid the guards, avoid anything that adds time to a sentence that's already longer than most marriages. 22 years pass. You're 53 now. Gray hair, bad knees, scars from a fight you didn't start but had to finish. Your mother died while you were inside. Your brother stopped writing after year 7. You have no one waiting for you on the outside. No life to return to. Just a
Oh my god, bro.
release state that feels both impossible and inevitable. When you finally walk out, the world has changed in ways you can't process. The technology, the culture, the way people talk and dress and move through space.
Stop,
You're a
cons.
ghost, a relic from a different era.
Bad shit.
You have $600 from prison
We don't do satanic shit here, bruh. And I do not associate myself with the Bloods. No, I ain't fucking do that shit, bruh.
wages.
I just love like the way some
bus
gang
ticket
shit,
to a
some
halfway
gang
house
signs
in
do looking,
Kansas City.
bruh. But I don't
Parole
associate myself
officer.
with gangs. I do not promote gang violence. Please don't fucking come after me.
Already skeptical.
And
You were on a
let's
poster
then I'm
once,
promoting gang violence.
wanted by the FBI, hunted across state lines. Now you're just another ex-con trying to figure out how to buy a phone and apply for jobs that won't hire you.
If you guys are new to the channel, please hit the subscribe and comment down below, guys, what you should do next or react to next. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, you know what to do, guys. Please check out the channel. As I said, a random iconic guy or something like that. Wait, let me just say, a strangely ironic guy. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. Today's video. Please hit the subscribe and comment down below. Make sure you guys to comment the next time. Make sure not to do fucking crime, but bitches that be doing crime just to impress some females, but don't do that shit, bruh. Hope you guys will come back. You will come back. You will be like, bro. Come here back. Come here back. You will come back, right? And don't forget to pray. Please don't share your Bible, bro. Today I want you guys to read James. I know which one, but read James today, guys. Hope you guys will just